Do you think having a conversation about having her perform a massage would be appropriate behavior for a trooper to make during a traffic stop? And you didn't think that was inappropriate to talk about?
In today's video, we're going to see what happens when a woman decides to record a traffic stop where she has been made to feel uncomfortable by the officer. On October 7th, 2020, a woman had just completed an interview for a job at a spa. She was driving a little over the speed limit and was spotted by Officer Timothy Williams, who pulled her over. Oddly, after only speaking with her a few moments, Williams went back to his car and put his microphone on the charger. Unknown to Williams was the fact that his conversation had made the woman highly uncomfortable and nervous of his intentions, and she had pulled out her phone to record him when he returned. Williams then proceeded to ask her inappropriate and sexual questions concerning her job, and if he would be able to get one of the other kinds of massage.
I was trying to de-escalate the situation.
Is there a reason why you were saying pretty license?
I was basically de-escalating the situation.
You said you would go to the other massage place in South Tampa, and you know what was she meaning by sketchy?
I did not know what she meant by sketchy. I did not even know what she meant when she said South Tampa.
Oh, shucks. Are you serious?
I pulled her over for going 45 in a 35 zone. Once I conducted the traffic stop, I approached her, identified myself, and explained the reason why I pulled her over. I asked her, is there a reason why she was speeding? And she informed me that she had just left an interview from a massage shoot. I did state that I work all day. I can do a good massage. Do you guys give any law enforcement specials?
Williams doesn't waste any time in acting inappropriately. Even if he wasn't leading up to something sexual in nature, asking for a special rate while pulling someone over for a ticket is not ethical.
When I say specials, I was referring to discounts. I don't remember at what point in time I turned off my video for my car in-car. And then that's when I went back to issue her information.
Okay. Have you ever met prior to that traffic stop?
No, sir.
Okay. Why would you initiate a conversation about wanting a massage from?
The only reason I initiated that, I did indeed engage in the conversation. The only thing my intentions were looking for is a discount. I said law enforcement specials, and I don't think her audio captured that.
How did you know it was a massage therapist?
As I put her over, she stated that, and that's when I made the statement as in the beginning, which the audio did not capture, where I asked her, is there a reason why she's speeding? She gave me that information and said she's coming from a massage. I then said, oh, I can do a good massage. I work all the time. Something related to that. I work all the time. I can do a good massage. And I said, do you guys give law enforcement specials?
Do you think having a conversation about having her perform a massage on a later date would be appropriate behavior for a trooper to make during a traffic stop?
Well, I wasn't at that point. I was looking for a discount. I wasn't looking in that situation as a massage. But to answer your question, I wasn't thinking about it. I was only looking for a discount at that time.
And you didn't think that was inappropriate to talk about during a traffic stop?
I made sure not ask that during a traffic stop. I was trying to de-escalate the situation, make light of the situation. I made sure not have asked her that on the traffic stop.
You want to repeat yourself because there's a little confusion on what you're saying. And I asked you, do you think that's inappropriate to talk about massage, having a massage during
a traffic stop? No, sir.
Are you saying that it's inappropriate?
Yeah. Were you saying like inappropriate as far as a massage, asking for a massage?
Right.
On a traffic stop?
Yeah.
Yes, on a traffic stop.
Yeah. And when I'm asking you, don't you think that's inappropriate?
Yes, sir.
Okay. According to your comments about asking her if she would perform other types of massages was sexual in nature and inappropriate, and that's what her complaint is about.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We're going to listen to this audio, and maybe you can actually dissect the information. And let's start off with this.
Don't worry about it if you don't got him.
It's just taking a while.
Now, can you tell me, is that your voice on that recording?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that was during the traffic stop on October 7th and you, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We're going to listen further.
Here's your pretty license back.
Thanks.
Isn't that pretty?
And I'm going to ask you there, what do you mean by pretty license? What were you trying to explain to her about her license? Is there a reason why you were saying pretty license?
I was basically de-escalating the situation, and I just said, here's your pretty license back. I said, isn't that pretty?
Yeah, and what do you...
Williams keeps repeating that he was trying to de-escalate the situation, which makes no sense. It was a routine stop, and the woman wasn't overly upset. He makes matters worse when he refers to her driver's license as pretty. It is highly unprofessional for an officer to bring up the physical appearance of a civilian, even if it is in a positive manner. This wasn't even positive, just creepy and uncomfortable.
As part as like I said, in the beginning, when I said law enforcement specials, where the video did not capture, I can't remember what she said, and I went back to my car. And
you said you were trying to make light of the situation. Is that what you're trying to say? Or because I didn't understand why you would say pretty license.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You didn't answer the question about pretty. Is there a reason why you would keep saying pretty license? What are you referring to when you say pretty license?
I was just giving a compliment, saying, "Here's your pretty license, nice picture."
Oh, is that what you're saying? Nice picture?
That's basically what I was saying. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I guess, yeah, you're right. Oh God.
Perfect. So when can I come and get a massage?
You're talking about the spa?
Huh?
Are you talking about the spa?
Do I have to come to the spa?
And what do you mean by if you had to come to the spa? Is there a reason why you were asking that question?
Right. And I do get massages.
Okay.
And I only stopped because COVID. In that room, where they have rooms, they have where massage masseuse are in training, and it's like in a community, big open area. And due to COVID, they have other rooms where it's private. And that's what I meant as private. When I said you have to come to the spa, which means that they have other areas where they can block it off, and it's a private massage.
Okay.
Why?
Because that's where I work.
massage.
Are you trying to set me up?
No, actually I'm not.
More comfortable working at the spa.
No, I'm not. Well, no, I'm not trying to set you up. Actually, I mean,
So,
I know you get nervous, but I mean, no.
no, good. I'm not one of those.
No?
I'm not one of those.
You're not well.
I don't know. Are you like insinuating you want something else? I don't do that. Sorry.
Huh?
I don't do that.
I'm not saying that you do that.
Okay, so what are you asking?
Huh?
What are you asking?
Which one you work at?
The information you were providing her, don't you think that was inappropriate for you to ask? And you never came out with an answer when she asked you about what kind of massage you were asking about? Is there a reason why you're talking to her about massages during a traffic stop?
Again, I was only at that point asking for a discount. The video, what she provided, it does not capture in the beginning.
Perhaps the saddest part about this interview is that Williams was already in possession of all the evidence against him, and this is the best excuse he could come up with. He probably thought it was a stroke of brilliance using COVID to make it sound like he had concerns about the location, but if it really mattered, he would hardly be asking a stranger for a massage in the first place.
Why would you be asking for a discount? Why not use the word discount? At no time during this recording, you never asked for a discount.
Yes, sir.
You never used that terminology.
Yes, sir. At that time of her recording, I felt that she basically set me up for when she started recording. Prior to that, I was only asking for a law enforcement special as far as a discount.
Okay, you never mentioned that anywhere in this audio recording.
That recording.
Yeah.
Correct. Yes, sir.
You never asked for a discount.
No, sir.
And never mentioned a law enforcement discount.
No, sir. Not in that recording.
And why would she want to set you up?
I'm saying I don't know why she would want to do that, but I'm saying what I felt, because in the beginning that's what brought about this whole thing. I said law enforcement special. I was only seeking a discount.
But you never mentioned that during any of this recording.
Not part of her recording. Yes, sir.
The one over here is called Essentials. Deluxe Day Spa or something.
I do enjoy the other ones.
And what do you mean that you enjoy the other type of massages?
They have a regular massage where it's the normal, and they also have the deep tissue where you can. Deep tissue is like $900. The other one is like $59, where you can basically, some of them, if you law enforcement, you can get the regular or the deep tissue, and then after that they give you where you have the relaxation.
Why don't you mention that during this recording that you're asking for something like that? Because nowhere in this recording you're asking for a deep tissue or whatever you just explained. You never mentioned that.
Yes, sir.
Is there a reason why?
I don't have a...
You're explaining it to me now what it is, but
Yes,
you never
sir.
explained it to her during the recording. Is there a reason?
Well, that's hers. I don't remember in the beginning where before she started recording. I don't want to say that I did, because I don't want to lie. So I don't want to say that I did explain that or say exactly that to her. I can't recall if I said that. I can't.
Oh, yeah, they probably do that like down there, don't they?
No?
Don't they do that like in South Tampa somewhere?
Where? I'm gonna go to South Tampa then.
What do you mean by going to South Tampa? And she's mentioning the other type of massage. You said you would go to the other massage place in South Tampa? What do you mean by that?
I didn't know what she was meaning when she said South Tampa, to be honest. What they do at that point, I was just entertaining her. And I just
That's what I've heard.
and I just said I
want that one.
Yeah.
And when she explains that in South Tampa they do the other type of massages, and you said you want that one.
Yes, sir.
What do you mean by that?
I was just entertaining her. I mean, she was saying South Tampa were there, and I want that one.
Williams' attempt to blame the woman for his behavior is depressingly typical. If he had behaved in a professional manner, regardless of anything she may have said, there would be no evidence against him. He is the one in control of the conversation, and he is the one setting the tone. The fact that she was able to record him so she would have proof of his behavior upsets him. Inspector Frank Trofo, who is asking the questions, doesn't sound like he is buying any of Williams' excuses.
Do you think that's appropriate to say during a traffic stop about massages? Let's be honest here. You think that's appropriate?
No, sir.
Okay. So why would you say something like that to somebody you just stopped on a traffic stop?
When she made that statement, sir, to be honest, I was just entertaining her, which I should not have done. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it does not capture the beginning. She got it, and at that point, I'm going to be honest, I was just entertaining what she was saying.
You keep saying in the beginning. What was it? What was said in the beginning that wasn't captured?
When I initiated the traffic stop, because the whole purpose, what brought this up, was law enforcement. When I said I can do a good massage, and I said I work all day, and I initiated when I said law enforcement specials.
You're saying that she initiated that she does massages and that you needed one? Is that what you're saying?
She said that she do as a massagist.
Okay.
And hear me, I've been working all day. I've been looking for one lately because I haven't been in a while. I said, you guys give law enforcement specials.
So that's the part you're saying that
brought this whole thing up.
Well, the sketchy ones, I think you could point them out.
Police officers need the sketchy ones too.
Okay. What do you mean by when she mentioned sketchy and you said that you needed these sketchy type of massages?
Right. Again.
Let's be honest here. What do you mean
Yes,
by
sir.
that?
Yes, sir. I'm being honest.
Okay.
When she said that, she said sketchy. And the same thing as far as when she said South Tampa. I said, I'm going to South Tampa. She said sketchy. I said, okay, sketchy. She said sketchy. And I was just entertaining her at that point.
And you know what sketchy, what was she meaning by sketchy?
I did not know what she meant by sketchy. I did not even know what she meant when she said South Tampa. I'm being honest. I was actually entertaining her at that point.
There's no way that an adult, much less a law enforcement officer, doesn't understand what someone is referring to when they say sketchy massage. At the very least, they would know that sketchy doesn't mean anything good. Williams also appears to miss the fact that he is a cop and not an entertainer. Beyond issuing a warning or a ticket, his conversational skills are neither needed nor wanted.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
No, I'm just kidding. Okay. How long you been doing it though?
Almost 3 years.
3 years? See, but if I go to yours now, you're not gonna be one of them massage me.
I mean, mean, if you want a normal one.
But I think you're pretty though, man.
Oh, thank you. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna just do stuff.
Don't worry about it.
Once again, you keep telling you told her twice that she's pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a reason why you're telling her she's pretty? And we're talking about a professional law enforcement traffic stop.
Yes, sir.
Is there a reason why you persist on telling her she's pretty? Well, why are you doing that?
In the beginning, to answer your question, in the beginning, I just gave it back to her license. I was only talking about her picture on the license, giving her a compliment. Here's your pretty license, but isn't that pretty? And then at that point, when I told her that, what did she say? She said something. I said about I want to come where you go, and I'm like, well, I think you're pretty, and basically, again.
For what purpose to tell her twice that she was pretty? I don't understand. Why would you do that?
The first time, it was her license. The second time, it was unprofessional. I was entertaining her based on the conversation that she was already, that we had already gotten into. That I was just, entertaining her at that point. The first time, I know why I said it, because I was giving her the license back, and I was like, oh, nice picture, isn't that pretty? Second time, I just,
Were you trying to gain something from her by saying that she was pretty twice? Were you trying to obtain something from her? Get her to do something?
I actually not, or were not, sir.
But you do admit you said it?
I do admit that I did. Yes, sir.
Were you trying to compliment her?
I was giving her a compliment based on her picture the first time.
Right.
I was.
And the second time?
The second time, I was really just entertaining her at that point.
I have some before.
All right. Here you say that you've had
regular ones?
Huh?
You're talking about regular?
I don't know if I should be saying that. I mean, I have both.
What do you mean by that? You're talking about having massages, and she's replying back to you. Are you talking about the regular one, or are you talking about maybe the sketchy ones? And in here you say you've had both. Why would you tell her that? Why would you explain to her that you had two types of sketchy type of massages?
Right. I had normal massage. I go quite often until COVID came, and when she was basically saying that regular ones or sketchy ones or whatever, and here I am, felt for what she was saying. At this point, I was just entertaining her at this point. And I'm just throwing out that, I had both, yeah. But, I mean, to be honest, I know that getting those other sketching charges, I stay away from. I know it's illegal. I don't do that.
But even though you did mention that you had it done before.
They had it done before. I never did. I only go to the ones hands and stone.
Okay. Would there be a reason why you did tell her that you've had both?
Again, no, sir. To be quite honest, I was just basically entertaining her.
Okay. Now, when she mentioned sketchy and you mentioned sketchy, are we talking about sexual in nature?
I wasn't talking about sexual in nature. She said sketchy, and I was just entertaining her at that point. Again, I never even said anything even sexual related to her that I was looking for at that point. At that time, I'm sorry.
And you don't believe that you were saying it indirectly?
I wasn't saying it say it again, sir?
Indirectly? Well, you mentioned...
Oh, did I mean that I was saying it indirectly as far as I wanted sexual? No, sir. I knew what I was looking for in my heart in the beginning. Now, it was only cheaper price that I was looking for at that time in the beginning.
And once again, you never mentioned that during any of this recording. Am I correct?
Yes, in her part of her recording. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you're like I don't know what to say.
Say what?
But that seems to be normal for some guys, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I mean, which one you done?
The normal ones?
Both?
Professional.
Professional?
Yes.
Once again, you ask her if she's done both. Would there be a reason why you're asking somebody about doing two types of massages? And according to her, she believes that it was sexual in nature.
Yes, sir.
According to her.
Yes, sir.
Why would you mention something like that to somebody on a traffic stop?
Well,
Or why are you even engaging in a conversation about that?
we was already in that part of the conversation as far as, about massages at that point. I wasn't actually engaging in anything sexual at that time. When she said sketchy in both, she said that she brought those up first. And at that time, I'm sitting here having a conversation with her, and I know what it looks like right there. But at that time, I'm just entertaining her and going along with her, and I'm just saying both. You do both, and basically replying back to what she's telling me.
What you say, but professional?
Strictly.
Strictly professional?
Yes.
I'm just giving you a hard time. No, I only go to the professional one.
Okay.
The only one I go to is the, have you heard of the hand and stone?
That one? There's one right there.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I've been there for an interview, but I haven't got a massage from there.
Those are the ones I go to.
Oh.
They trying to crack down
What do you mean?
on the other ones.
Oh, the sketchy ones? Good.
No?
I said good.
But they'll never crack down on those.
Why is that?
Huh?
Why?
Because it's difficult. Hard.
Like, you need proof or what?
Huh?
They need proof or something? What do you mean?
Yeah, you can't. I mean, you go in there, you get a massage, and after that, how you gonna prove it?
You guys can't, like, record it or something?
Who can record it?
I don't know.
Exactly.
Well, can't they just say that they had it done? Or maybe they don't want to.
I wouldn't say anything.
You just heard a minute of recording. Am I correct by saying you're talking about something sexual in nature when it comes to massages? That conversation.
As far as that,
Yeah, that portion I just played right now.
as I'm talking about anything sexual at that
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
No, sir. I wasn't. Again, at this part of the conversation,
Trafo pushes Williams to give a straightforward answer, but Williams is incapable of doing so. He knows that this is going to be the end of his job, yet he still can't even try to go out with a bit of dignity.
I was only entertaining her when I made those statements.
Well, why would you entertain her? That's what I don't understand. Why would you entertain something like that? Something that's sexual in nature. Why would you do that?
I shouldn't have made those statements. I'm gonna be honest, or even entertain her at that point.
So you do agree that's very inappropriate?
I do agree that's very inappropriate what she has. I do.
Not what she has. It's inappropriate that you even engaged in it.
Engaged in
Yeah, meaning that if she said it, then you went along with it.
I shouldn't engage in that conversation of what she's saying. I should not even entertain her. Yeah.
I mean, who would, you know?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Because those buildings are still around, so.
Huh?
I said I see those buildings are still around, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is all. It's all good. Any questions?
No.
No?
Okay. Let's talk about when you first made the traffic stop and you walked up to her car. Was your body mic on? Your body wireless mic when you approached the vehicle?
Yes, sir. It was on.
Okay. Was there a reason why it wasn't actually picking up your conversation in the beginning?
Well, I wear my mic down here.
What do you mean down there?
On my belt.
Okay.
On my belt. And I thought it did pick up my conversation, did it?
It was very, very muffled.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have
and in other words, we couldn't really hear it at all.
Yes, sir. I don't have a mic on my uniform. So it was down on my belt.
So you believe your microphone was on at the time?
I believe that it was on, yes, sir.
Yeah, and according to the MVR, your video, it said that your mic was activated when you went to the car.
Yes, sir.
You went back once you. It looks like you got the driver's license from. You went back to the car, and you made a statement about. You said, "Shucks." That your mic was not charged. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How did you know that your microphone, your body mic wasn't charging?
It vibrated, if I recall correctly. It vibrated. That they gave me a signal that the battery was going dead. So what I did was I took it off and put it on charge at that time.
Okay.
I looked at it and it's like gave me that blanking signal, if I recall correctly.
Okay. Is there a reason why you wouldn't leave the mic on your body and let it completely die? If it's asking for a charge, you might as well go through the whole process, so you have at least your microphone showing that it's on.
I understand. I just put it on charge instead of letting it completely die.
That comes to my next question. So you put it on the charger. You know that little cradle that you put in really doesn't give you a good charge. You realize that, correct?
The one that we put on? No, sir.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Okay.
That it does not charge, you say?
Yeah, it charges, but it takes a long time to charge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Would there be a reason why you didn't actually, when the policy states that you should actually check to make sure that the mic has a full charge?
William's microphone was never in any need of charging. Even if it alerted him that his battery was low, he should have finished up with his traffic stop before he put it on to charge. Taking it off before that time can only make it look as if he was trying to hide something, which is the last thing an innocent officer would want to do.
That was, I will admit, I keep my mic on my gun belt, and sometimes, most of the time, I will admit, when I get home, I forget to put it back on charge at the end of my shift, and it stays on my belt, and then sometimes my mic goes dead.
That brings me to the next question. When you went to that traffic stop, were you trying to withhold your conversation from having it recorded when you placed the mic in that little crater charger inside the car?
No, sir. No, sir.
I know I asked this question before. Do you believe you made sexual and/or inappropriate comments during that traffic stop? You need to be honest.
Yes, sir. I'm going to be honest. I didn't say anything sexual related to her. I would admit, because I don't want to lie, I would admit that the conversation that I did engage with her were inappropriate, and I did make comments that I should not have made to her.
And you don't believe that it's not sexual in nature, what you were talking about when you talked about the other type of maybe sketchy massages? Don't you believe that they were sexual in nature?
I wasn't relating to anything sexual at that point. I really was not. When she said sketchy, I was just going along with her as, I would say, inappropriate, that I should not, entertain her part of the conversation. I do feel that...
Weren't they sexual in nature? Weren't the comments made by you about those sketchy massages sexual in nature? Aren't they sexual in nature because they're inappropriate?
It depends. Yes, sir. I mean, it all depends on how she could have, interpreted it.
And you didn't. That comes to the next question. You didn't think how they were interpreted by her to be sexual?
What I feel that
when she said those sketchy, didn't you make that determination according to what you said that they were sexual in nature? Because you mentioned you liked the other type of massages also, because you responded to her.
Oh, yes, sir. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They were sexual in nature, correct? What she was talking about.
What she was talking about.
And am I correct?
I entertained her.
Yeah, and then you entertained her with the comment, because you replied to her.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
And those were sexual in nature, am I correct?
That could have been sexual in nature, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And we do agree that's inappropriate.
It's inappropriate, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
According to you, did not give her a written warning. It said you did not. She didn't receive any type of documents for speed, only a verbal warning. Did you give her a written warning?
No, sir. I know I didn't. And the reason why I did not do that, I work off duty over there, and I know that when I pull a lot of people over there, that's our main objective when we're over there is to stop the speeders, slow down the speeders in that area. And if I noticed that when I first started, I was going through a lot of paper. So most of the time, if I'm giving them a warning, I just document it and give them a verbal warning. So I did not give her a paper at that time of the traffic stop.
You're aware that's incorrect. I mean, that you should not do that. If you document something on the traffic data report, that you're actually showing the Florida Highway Patrol that you're actually giving somebody some actual paper documentation. Do you realize that?
Even if it's
because if you're putting in a traffic data report, because it says it's an actual written warning, and if it's written, you're giving it to the violator, and that's something that needed to be done. If you're going to put it in a traffic data report, you actually got to actually hand the written, because it's written. It's given as a documentation for the violator to slow down.
Is that different? Like, so for a verbal warning,
if you're going to give somebody a verbal warning, then it shouldn't be documented.
Okay, so
That means if you want to, on your own,
I'm aware. I'm aware. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Verbal warnings, you give them just a verbal warning. Hey, slow it down. It's not documented. Then the warning is there. When I pull somebody over, whether if I'm given a warning, I still just documented it in the thing. And the reason, like I said, the reason I didn't give her a paper is because I go through a lot of paper, but.
The confusion Williams shows about the procedure for issuing various types of warnings is concerning. He should know all of this already. If he wants to give verbal warnings, that is fine, but he isn't even competent enough to know when he should and should not fill out paperwork.
Yes, sir. I'm aware. Yes, sir.
Inspector Fry, you had any?
Yeah. I want to clarify real quick. Do you mind if I ask you questions? It'll just be me asking questions, a few follow-up questions. We won't badger you back and forth. I just want to make sure.
Is that okay, Ms. PBA Rep?
Oh, yeah. Okay. During the conversation you had with Mrs., you hadn't presented her the warning yet or hadn't told her she was free to leave?
I can't recall that, to be honest with you. I think I did say because I gave her her license back. And
you gave her the license back at the very beginning, but then you had this long conversation. During your interview here, you said you were entertaining her, and I'm just trying to understand, was she free to leave at that time?
She was free to leave, yes, sir. She was. She was, if I recall correctly, she was free to leave. And that's why, and if I may say, that's why she had got at that point the recording, I believe, because at that point I stopped her, the lady came behind me. I can't recall. A lady came behind me. I had to deal with her. She came behind me twice. She came one time for me in the beginning, and then a second time for whatever reason. And when I went back the second time, that's why I said the audio does not capture our full conversation. Go ahead. I thought you were asking something else.
I just want to make sure you have anything else on that one.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to move on. So your statement here today is that what started that's not captured is that you've stopped a violator. You found out she was a massage, or she gave massages or massage therapist, whatever her title was, and you attempted to get a discount from a violator that you were giving a warning to, like you had stopped and were taking law enforcement action. Is that what your statement is?
Say it again.
You were attempting to get a discount or getting a personal benefit from a violator that you've stopped. That was your statement.
From a violator, yes, sir.
Okay. You told Inspector Trofo that when you refer to the other type of massage, it was, like you have a deep tissue massage, a normal massage. There's a bunch of different massages. Mm-hmm. That was the first time when he played the audio. Mm-hmm. As we listen to the audio more, you were talking about other types of massages and linked them to sketchy massages. Mm-hmm. At no point during any of that was it referring to different types of massages, right. Just other types. And never did you correct her, you just laughed about it.
Yes, sir.
So explain to me why someone listening to this would believe that that's just a deep tissue massage and not something sketchy, as she refers to, or you both refer to.
I will admit, someone listening to this, I listened to it myself, it does not look good. It does not sound good. I will admit to that. It's inappropriate. I do know that my intentions were not anything sexual at all. The comments that she was making is that I was entertaining her, and I should not have done that. And this is what I have learned from this, that not to do that. I was completed with my traffic stop at that point. I was making a traffic stop from down to a lighter situation, trying to, and at this point, I'm just going to have to say, at this point, I fell into her trap. She had it recorded, and she thought me asking for a law enforcement special. At some point, she thought it was sexual related. At that point, I guess she started recording, and then me unaware, she's asking me questions. She's saying verbiage that relate to sexual, and I'm entertaining her, which is, again, as to answer your question, sir, inappropriate. And that's where she got me at, and I will admit, it is inappropriate. But that's not me. And in the video, you hear me clearly say that I go to hand and stone.
Once more, Williams accuses the woman of trying to set him up, although it is unclear what her motive is supposed to be.
I don't do those massages. I know it's illegal.
Okay, I got just two final questions real quick. The first question, at the end of your MVR, when you went back to your car, before you shut off the MVR, what was your reason for the extended traffic stop? Do you remember what you said on the MVR?
When I said
when you got back after she's done, you're done communicating with her, you got back in your patrol car before you turned off your camera. Do you remember how you closed it out?
To be honest, sir, I really don't understand your question.
So before we shut off our MVR, we usually annotate something. I'm shutting it off because the traffic stop's over. Do you remember what you said on the MVR before you turned it off?
I don't think I said anything.
Okay.
I don't remember, sir. I'm gonna be honest.
No, that's fair.
I don't remember.
So basically what you've heard here, all this stuff, do you understand, listening to that audio recording, why, or do you understand why she thought everything was sexual based on what we've listened on the audio?
I understand why she thought everything was sexual with the in the beginning when I said law enforcement special, but it did not capture that.
I'm speaking specific to what we have on recording.
Specifically, I can think where she was thinking that, especially now listening to it now. I'm going to be honest, in the beginning, I didn't know.
You keep bringing up the beginning. I'm talking about what she recorded.
What she recorded, yes,
all I
sir.
want to know is anybody that listens to that, do you agree that everybody that listens to it is probably going to think it's a sexual conversation, that you're asking for sexual favors or a sexual type of massage?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's all.
Trooper Williams, is there anything that I have failed to ask you that you would like to add to the statement today?
You asked me everything, sir. And the only thing that I would say to add to it, the only thing that I would say is that in my defense, I know I keep saying in the beginning because I want to emphasize that it did not capture my whole conversation with her in the beginning, is that I was not looking for anything sexual whatsoever. I understand what she has and what it looks like, and I understand that the comments that I made were inappropriate and I should not have made those statements while on duty. But it was nothing sexual. I understand how she could have persuaded as sexual or took it as sexual. But at those statements, what she was saying, sketchy, and at that point, I was just at that point entertaining her. What she was saying. It was nothing sexual that I was actually looking for in any way.
Is there anything that I have failed to ask you that is pertinent to this investigation that should be brought out?
No, sir.
Upon request, you will be provided a copy of your statement at no cost to you. Upon conclusion of this investigation, you shall be notified in writing of the disposition of this case. You are instructed not to discuss this case or disclose your statements to anyone other than designated department authority until this case is closed. This is the end of the interview, and the time now. Yes, go ahead.
No, I just
no problem. Go ahead.
I'll say this before you end. to help me, I would say I understand now what she why I came here, because I did not know that what she had it. I can't say enough that I was not looking for anything sexual. I was just entertaining her. But I think it's because the mere nature of her occupation that she took it as I was looking for something sexual. What if it was like a, I don't know, mechanic, and I said law enforcement discounts? Would it felt the need to record that because I'm asking for a law enforcement discount? I'm just bringing it up because that's what brought this whole thing about. I was not looking for anything sexual. I think it's the mere nature of her, what she does, and what she does, that she thought that I was looking for something sexual when she felt the need that she should.
Williams can't refrain from making things worse. Instead of letting the interview conclude, he has to keep repeating what he has already said, as if it somehow justifies his actions.
Recorded. I felt that she did trap me to pick up the video and get that audio in and ask me questions that I should not entertain with her.
Is that it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is the end of the interview, and the time now is 11:40 a.m.
Don't worry about it if you don't got him.
It's just taking a while.
Here's your pretty license back.
Thanks.
Isn't that pretty?
I guess. Yeah, you're right. Oh, got it. Here you go.
Perfect. So when can I come and get a massage?
Are you talking about at the spa?
Huh?
Are you talking about at the spa?
Do I have to come to the spa? Why?
Because that's where I work.
Oh, you could have gave me another massage.
Are you trying to set me up?
No, actually I'm not.
Oh. I'm more comfortable working at the spa.
No, I'm not. Well, no, I'm not trying to set you up. Actually, I mean,
So.
I know you get nervous, but I mean, no.
No, I'm good. I'm not one of those.
Huh?
I'm not one of those.
You're not what?
I don't know. Are you like insinuating you want something else? I don't do that. Sorry.
Huh?
I don't do that.
I'm not saying that you do that.
Okay, so what are you asking?
Huh?
What are you asking?
Which one you work at?
The one over here, it's called Essentials.
Mm-hmm.
Deluxe Day Spa or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
I do enjoy the other ones.
Oh. Yeah, they probably do that like down there, don't they?
Huh?
Don't they do that like in South Tampa somewhere?
Where? I'm gonna go to South Tampa then.
That's what I've heard.
I want that one.
Yeah, well, the sketchy ones, I think you could point them out.
Police officers need the sketchy ones too?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Nah, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. How long you been doing it though?
Almost 3 years.
3 years? See, but if I go to yours now, you're not gonna be wanting to massage me.
I mean, if you want a normal one.
But I think you're pretty though. I mean, I can.
Oh, thank you. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna just do stuff.
I have some before.
Had regular ones?
Huh?
You're talking about regular?
I don't know if I should be saying it. I mean, I had both.
Oh yeah, you're like I don't know what to say.
Say what?
That seems to be normal for some guys, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I mean, which one you done?
The normal ones?
Both?
Professional.
Professional?
Yes.
That's what you said, but professional?
Strictly.
Strictly professional?
Yes.
No, I'm just giving you a hard time. No, I only go to the professional one.
Okay.
The only one I go to is the, have you heard of the Hand and Stone?
That one? There's one right there.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I've been there for an interview, but I haven't got a massage from there.
Those are the ones I go to.
Oh. Cool.
But they trying to crack down
What do you mean?
on the other ones.
Oh, the sketchy ones? Good.
Huh?
I said good.
But they'll never crack down on those.
Why is that?
Huh?
Why?
Because it's difficult. It's hard.
Like, you need proof or what?
Huh?
They need proof or something? What do you mean?
Yeah, you can't. I mean, you go in there, they get a massage, and after that, how are you gonna prove it?
You guys can't, like, record it or something?
Who can record it?
I don't know.
Exactly.
Well, can't they just say that they had it done? Or maybe they don't want to.
I wouldn't say anything. I mean, who would, you know?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Because those buildings are still around, so...
huh?
I said I see those buildings are still around, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's all good. Any questions?
No.
After listening to the encounter in its entirety, anyone would think that this conversation was sexual in nature and that Williams was fishing to see if she would be able to be pressured into giving sexual favors. After she was allowed to leave, the woman took her recording to the police to make a complaint against Williams. Her recording, along with his body cam, were reviewed by the Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles. Williams was interviewed, but it didn't take much deliberation for them to come to the conclusion that Williams acted in an inappropriate manner. Williams was terminated, but he appealed this decision with Florida's Public Employees Relations Committee. Williams did not win his appeal, and as of 2022, it doesn't appear that he was able to find another job in law enforcement.